What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. And as you guys can tell by the title and the release date of this video, it is Wednesday, which means it's time for another episode of Nerd News. I believe this is episode number 17 of Nerd News, and I have some pretty cool topics to talk about with you guys. I have some Marvel news, some Oscar buzz, I also got some trailers to talk about, and I also got to talk about, of course, the anime awards. But first, I'm going to talk about the Oscar buzz. Now, I'm sure you guys remember last week I talked about the BAFTA nominations and Avengers Endgame being nominated for Best Visual Effects, and how a lot of the times that kind of foretells what it's going to be nominated for regarding the Oscars. And the Oscars were announced this morning as far as what the nominations were. And of course, Avengers Endgame did get nominated for Best Visual Effects or Best Special Effects, however you want to phrase it. And a lot of people were kind of upset about it. Now, of course, Avengers Endgame at this point is the highest grossing film of all time because it finally beat out James Cameron's Avatar. So a lot of people really thought it was going to be nominated for like Best Picture or Best like Sound Mixing, and even possibly for even like Best Actor or Lead Actor or Supporting Actor or anything else like that, but it wasn't. It only got one nomination. So a lot of people were very upset. On the other hand, you have the other movie that was like pretty big deal, and that was Joker, which was of course a DC movie, and of course it is the origin story of Joker. And that actually got an astounding 11 Oscar nominations, including, I believe, for Best Lead Actor being Joaquin Phoenix, and also for Best Picture. So a lot of people were kind of upset about this, or a lot of people actually felt that Endgame should have got more Oscar nominations or Oscar nods than Joker. And for me, I personally have to say I've seen both films. I can actually truthfully say today, when I record this, was the day I actually watched Joker for the very first time. And while I have seen Endgame like 3 times and I thought it was an amazing movie, I have to agree that Joker was actually pretty damn good, and it actually was a really good movie, and to me it deserved the nominations that it got. So that's kind of how I feel about it. So I want to know, obviously, from you guys, how do you guys feel about this Oscar buzz? Do you feel like Endgame kind of got snubbed and deserved more, or do you feel like it kind of got what it kind of needed or what it kind of deserved, and that Joker was the better film? Or do you feel like Joker should have got less nominations because it wasn't as good as Endgame? Obviously, I do want to know your thoughts about this, so feel free to comment down below. And the next thing I have to talk about is 2 trailers that were introduced. One came out before the other. One is a DC movie, and the other one is a Marvel movie that came out. I'm going to talk about the DC one first because it did come out before the Marvel one, and that is Birds of Prey. So if you guys know, Birds of Prey is going to have the story of Harley Quinn and a lot of the other like ladies of the DC EU. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And I actually watched the trailer today, and while it looks good, it reminds me a lot of Suicide Squad. To me, the look, the feel of it, and also the way that it's trying to be very comedic, and it might fall flat. Now, for me, I did enjoy Suicide Squad. I didn't think it was a bad movie, although it did have its problematic points. I feel like Birds of Prey, though, might go in the same direction. You do have Margot Robbie returning as the role of Harley Quinn, and basically it's her putting together the ragtag kind of girl ensemble. And she's kind of like just broken up with the Joker, and she finds out a lot of people are pretty much after her. And that's pretty much what the movie's about. I don't know. I'm very interested in seeing it. It comes out next month of this year, obviously February 2020. So I want to see it. It looks kind of good, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope that's going to be like super amazing. But I'll still check it out. And of course, the second trailer I want to talk about, which dropped today, was the Morbius trailer. Now, as many of you guys know, Morbius is a villain of Spider-Man's, and they've been actually talking about this movie for a while. And of course, Sony wants to do their own like Venom universe that's separate but yet a part of the MCU, only because they're dealing with the whole Sony Disney deal regarding Spider-Man. And of course, you have Jared Leto actually playing the role of Morbius. So, and then, you know, we all know he used to play the Joker as well. But you have it basically the origin story of Morbius. And there's actually this really cool, awesome shot where you actually see a poster of Spider-Man with the words murderer scrawled underneath it. And a lot of people have been talking about the fact that the Spider-Man pictured in that poster is like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. So a lot of people are like, is Tobey Maguire coming back? But you guys are all going to be upset when you realize it is going to be Tom Holland. That's obviously might appear in future Sony films for their whole like Venom universe. And another Easter egg that was shown in there was Michael Keaton coming in as the Vulture, and everyone kind of lost their mind seeing him return or seeing him in this movie. And a lot of people feel like this might be hinting at them probably in the future making the Sinister Six, since of course you have Mysterio as well being introduced with Far From Home, and of course you have the Vulture, and now you have Morbius. So a lot of people think that this is where that they're trying to go with these films. And also, of course, I do want to say that Morbius seems to take place after the events of Far From Home, since you do obviously have the poster with murderer scrawled underneath it regarding Spider-Man. Because as we all know, when we saw Far From Home and they had the like extra credit end scenes, you realize that they kind of threw in, you know, the whole thing of Spider-Man supposedly killing another character. But yeah, those are the trailers I want to talk about. I do know, once again, I do plan to see Morbius. It looks utterly amazing. I'm super excited to see Jared Leto in this role because a lot of people didn't enjoy Jared Leto's version of Joker. So I am interested in what he does with this character Morbius, because not a lot of people know about Morbius, because I don't know if I've ever seen Morbius on the big screen in a Spider-Man film. You always see the usual characters of like Doc Ock, and you also of course saw Green Goblin, but you never really saw, you know, Morbius. So I'm excited for it. And last but not least, what I also want to talk about with you guys is the Anime Awards, because this comes out every year and there's always an issue regarding the Anime Awards. And I'm actually not going to list who's all nominated, because to be completely honest, I haven't watched all the anime that is nominated on this list, nor know a lot of the characters that are put out for like best boy or best girl or like best song or whatever. I'm kind of like spread out far and few between all these nominations, so it's hard for me to say. But there are tons of links that you can Google to find out the entire list of whom is actually nominated. The Anime Awards are going to air in February, I believe. And I believe right now is when you can actually vote for your favorites. I believe there's no limit on how much you can actually vote. The only issues I've heard so far regarding the Anime Awards is that some people feel like it's the same things nominated in like tons of different categories, which is common with the award shows. But I feel like when it comes to anime, people feel like since there's a lot of anime that came out in 2019, that you can kind of, you know, at least spread it out a little bit among like who's nominated. For me, I can honestly say, looking at the nominations that I saw, I did see The Promised Neverland was actually nominated for Best Anime, which I'm kind of shocked about because that came out like 2 years ago, or almost 2 years. It came out in 2018, so I was shocked to see on the list. You also have Carol and Tuesday on there. You have Carol on there for Best Girl. You also have them both. Carol and Tuesday is actually nominated for Best Opening and also Best Ending Song. So that's kind of the realm where I'm at as far as like anime are concerned, like what's actually nominated. Oh, and also Toru Honda's nominated as well for Best Girl. So we'll see, or Best Protagonist. So I'm interested to see if she wins for that. That's one of the things that I can think of. Oh, and then you also have Laura Bailey, the voice of Toru Honda, also nominated for like Best Voice Actor. So I'm interested to see if any of the things that I've seen have won, but what do you guys think about it? Once again, I haven't heard any like controversy regarding the Anime Awards too much, really, which is surprising because I know the past few years there was like a big controversy almost every year that they announced what was out there, because everyone kind of knew what was gonna win, obviously. But this year I feel like it's kind of more of a mixed bag. I haven't heard a lot, but I haven't heard, you know, it's not like I haven't heard anything. What do you guys think? I would like to know. I'd like to know what you guys think about any of these topics. What do you guys think about the Oscar nominations? Do you care about the Oscar nominations? Because I know a lot of us, I think, in my age group and younger, don't care about the Oscars as much, because most of the movies that we like or have seen are usually never nominated. What did you think about the Birds of Prey trailer? What did you think about the Morbius trailer? If you have seen it, are you planning to watch either of these movies, or are you going to watch one over the other? Is one you're going to wait for to see what people have to say about it and then watch it, or you're just going to watch it and then just see what happens? And if you're an anime fan, what did you think about the Anime Awards nominations, and what do you think is going to win, and what do you hope is going to win? Let me know by definitely commenting down below. I can't wait to read your comments and let you or see what your thoughts are. I want to know. But that's what I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the topics that I came out with. Of course, like always, you can always send me topics down below or send them to my Twitter, which I will actually have my Twitter link down below, as well as with my Instagram and also my blog. So feel free to send me articles on there for anything that you would like me to talk about, or any ideas that you have for nerd news. I would love to know. And of course, like always, please give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. By looking at my analytics, a lot of you guys are not subscribed to my channel, so please just subscribe, and of course, click the bell icon so that you're notified when I come out with new videos, which are every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So please check me out on there. And of course, like I always tell you guys, stay positive and be nerdy. All right, you guys.